It's heartbreaking because then you know Arthur's pretty much going to die, not in, not on a shootout or anything, not with his gang, by a terrible disease.
Yeah, to be honest, I've played a fair amount of games, and I've gotten invested in characters and protagonists in games quite a lot before. Like another trilogy of games I love, like Mass Effect, things like that. But the character Arthur, I've never actually been so invested in a character before, like they did with Red Dead Redemption 2. When you find out that you're now dying of tuberculosis, then there's nothing you can do. It's just was so sort of heartbreaking, because as the game progresses from this point on, you can hear it in the way he acts, and throughout the game that he is struggling now to keep up. Not giving up, but you can tell that he's having a hard time doing it, because they've done it so brilliantly that you can hear it in the guy who plays Arthur. It's like the heavy breathing, the constant coughing now, and like you're getting nearer to the end of Arthur's story, like just when he's rescuing I can't remember her name, John Marston's wife,
Abigail.
When he got there, him and Sand what's her name? What's her name? The woman they save at the very beginning.
Oh yeah. I don't know this.
That's annoying because I can hear
Sadie
Adler. Yeah. When him and Sadie go to rescue Abigail, you can, and then Sadie gets captured herself. Just when he goes running down there to help, but you can just hear him going, as he's firing away. I just thought, the way they done that was so brilliant, but. You can tell he's now knocking on death's door.
Yeah.
And I was getting so sad because I was like, I'm getting near the end of the game now.
Yeah. And that bit leading up from Guarma and to the bit you just said where he saves Sadie, he was realising what's important, wasn't he? And he thought, I've got to get John Marston, Abigail and Jack out of this. That's at least I can know they're safe. Sort of get them away from the gang.
It's basically it lived up like the first one. John redeems himself, pretty much saves his family and everything, and then gets taken down by the US government. And it was the same for Arthur, a redemption story. Like from the very beginning, where they've sort of murdered a load of people to get a load of gold and everything, and live their lives and stuff. And then he starts to redeem himself. You can still choose how you want to go, whether you want to be honourable or so on, but he started to make things different, because there was that woman as well, that the wife of the guy he beat up at the very beginning, who coughed in his face and gave him the tuberculosis without realising. Like, he helped her, he gave her money and made sure she was safe and the son was safe. And I noticed she starts to help a lot more people. Like, did you manage to do that little? It was a tiny little mission, but that woman who lived up in her house, all on her own.
Yeah.
He helps her to hunt and stuff like that. It's just things like that. You start to notice he's trying to help more people. And I ended up having that little sit down on a bench talking to the nun, and she's saying, "Oh, I can see there's good in you," and he's like, "No, there's not. You don't know me." But she's like, "No, there is." I was like, all these redemption arcs and everything in the game.
Yeah, I was having shivers down my spine just then thinking about that moment. I made a tribute video way early on when I was making videos, and I put a lot of those moments in.
Yeah, I remember seeing that video.
Yeah, I might have to watch that again after this. Yeah, mate, so many good moments, and he does redeem himself. And at the end of his story, obviously, it depends where you go, but he has the showdown with Micah. Could be back at the camp, or it could be on top of the hill.
Yeah.
And I guess in the end, he dies of the fight, kind of, not just tuberculosis.
No, that final fight definitely just done him in.
Yeah, finished him off.
I've played 3 playthroughs of Red Dead Redemption 2 because I loved it that much. But I could never play I never put myself in as being like a horrible Arthur. I've always ended up. I've gone to start again. Let's play as a bit of an arsehole and everything, more out for myself, and I could never do it. And I had to end up reading online about there's different endings for the way that Arthur goes.
Yeah.
So like when you go to fight Micah, if you're honourable, you end up scarring Micah, and you die still, but you are left in basically intact, and you get buried and everything. Then the one where you play as if you're completely dishonourable throughout the game and you end with bad reputation, apparently Micah shoots you in the face. And he says like we're very similar, you and I. I'll have to double check it. I might not have my facts right, but I remember reading that you get different endings, like to how you end up going out.
Okay, I haven't seen that. I knew there was the ending one at the camp, one on the hill, but yeah, I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's about your honour level, because if you're honourable, you keep seeing the I think you keep seeing a stag, if I'm correct, or so.
Yeah.
And then if you're dishonourable, you keep seeing like a wolf or something like that. Yeah. And it ends, and that affects your ending. You still get the same ending. You get buried and things like that. But I think the way that you get killed is different. I'll have to double check, but I'm pretty certain about that.
Yeah. And what a character. Rest in peace, Arthur Morgan. He'll always be remembered as he's certainly one of my favourite video game characters ever.
Yeah, I would say. They've done that so well that like I said, I've been invested in characters before, and when other characters have ended up dying in games, I've been a bit like, oh man, like what a character. But the character of Arthur Morgan, I think, was done so well, because you just end up getting so invested in his character and everything, and you basically see what he goes through, and you live through what he goes through. That when that comes along, it's just like, that's sort of hits you quite hard.
Yeah, I'm the same.